Hello, my friends. Welcome back. We are here for a live stream in which we will talk about many interesting things. So I don't know how to quite segue into this. The topic today is restructuring. So you'll know a lot of that is coming personally and professionally. So thank you for being here. And Carrie, hi. How are you?
Hi. So she's Rachel. I'm Carrie. And yeah, I think restructuring, right? I'm getting the sense that, especially those of us living in the US, we're feeling that is happening personally, professionally. Rachel and I were just talking about like the structure of our house cleaning habits, right? And I think it is happening a little bit externally as well. The world is figuring some things out and restructuring itself. And so we're in this place. Hey, C, hey, Jana. And I think I don't know, I can speak for myself and you, Rachel, because we were just talking. Some deciding and getting clarity and behaving like the people we want to become. Is happening. I'm just going to ramble for a second, but I was meditating the other day, and after I meditate, I journal, and I was having a little trouble meditating. Sometimes it's easier than others, and I've just been through like a little phase where it's been more challenging. I've been easily distracted. And I just heard, maybe I heard myself say it even.
Honey.
Is your cat freaking out?
He's eating the carpet.
Well, take care of that while I tell everyone my story. But what I heard was take care of yourself and everything else will take care of itself. And it's not like I hadn't known that for a long time, but it caused some restructuring for me. It caused me to there were all these things that I'd been putting off that I was like, okay, I'm going to move my life around so that I can take care of myself, because I got this message, take care of yourself and everything else will take care of itself. And wouldn't you know, making those appointments was a big catalyst for me. It was a big catalyst for everything to energetically shift. So, including what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. And so for me, you might all know I've been active on Substack for a while now. It's like a place to blog and have a podcast and share, writing and video. And I've been really loving it. It actually brings me back to my OG blogger days. So in 2007 to 2012, I believe I had a blogger blog, and it's what really helped me reconnect with being a writer and an artist. And I have that feeling again on Substack, and I've been really enjoying it. And my partner asked me a really long time ago, if you had to only do one thing, what would it be? And I said, I would be a writer. No hesitation. I knew this when I was young that I wanted to be a writer. And of course, I am a writer. I write all the time in various ways. I've contributed to magazines, and I've been a managing editor of publications. I've written several books. I'm coming out with a lot more, but writing takes time. And I realized the other day, I found myself wishing I had one life. I wish I could be more of a writer and an artist in my day. And I was like, oh, well, I could just do that. I could just give that to myself. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm giving more time to what I want to do, which is great to realize that that's available. I'm very lucky. I'm very happy that I get to do this. And so I guess I should just say, Carrie and I have decided that this is our last live stream together. Now,
Well,
of course,
maybe not forever.
maybe we will do it on, once in a while. Like we can still do it. We're not saying never again, but we're not going to just keep doing the weekly that you have come to know and love. And we love too. Like we have enjoyed every single podcast that we have done together. We're not getting rid of anything because we're like hating anything. We love what we've created. But sometimes you just get that urge to be like, oh, but there's more. There's another door you can open, and another and another. And beyond it is magical stuff that you've been asking for. And so we don't frankly know exactly what is coming. We're just going through the door because that has been calling to us. And Lisa, I remind you, we're in Project Gold Star. So it's really exciting to have these nudges of like, hey, you thought life was really good. Now just wait. There is more. And so we're really excited about what's to come. And we're not like totally abandoning you. Come over to Substack. I put that as my top link for you in the description of this video. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. And if you subscribe, you'll just get my podcast, which has already been going on, and my posts. If you would like to support financially, that's great. You get extra stuff. Like you get to preview the books that I'm coming out with this year, which is really fun. And you get some paid posts. And I'm going to start doing a monthly Q&A with Intimate Alien. So you can ask a question and get it answered. So I'm excited about going forward. Carrie's excited about going forward. I'm definitely feeling this restructuring thing. And it is a pretty global theme right now. So how are you doing? Are you restructuring anything? Are you realizing like, oh, hey, I can have what I want. It's right there. I just have to give it to myself. I just have to give myself permission to do it. Let us know.
Well, and while they're answering that, I know there's like a 45-second delay, or 15-second, I don't know. Anyhow, there is also this idea like we love the live stream, right? I love you, you love me. We both like agreed we were doing this together. And so like, it's not like one day we woke up and was like, let's just not do it anymore, right? But there is something about like listening to the nudges, right? For a while, it was like, are we going to do it? Oh, it doesn't work for me that day. It doesn't work for like, it was like starting to be a little more inconvenient, but also we both kind of felt the nudge, but then we didn't want to let the other one down, or like we were just in that place. But ultimately, like it does take a little bit of courage for us for one of us to say, do we even want to do it anymore? Right? Like that took courage. It also takes courage to let go of something that's good. To make room for something that's great when you don't know what the something great is, right? But like we're both feeling that nudge. The same thing with that voice that said, take care of yourself and everything else will take care of itself, right? As like, just take that leap of faith, just right. So like, we're both erasing this from our calendar.
Yeah. And we also shut down our group coaching, which is reminding me that I need to go and like deactivate all those pages that I have open. And Carrie was saying something to me earlier. She was saying how I am sort of like showing up like I did around the time when I got my first RV and I went on my book tour. And, when I did that, I sold my sports car before I had my RV. So I was like, it's time. I felt the nudge. It's time to sell my car. And there was nothing wrong with it. I loved it so much, but I just felt it. I just felt like, okay, it's time. And I was without a car for a couple of weeks, at least, maybe even a month, before I found my next vehicle, which was my RV Gertie. And so like sometimes like you're saying you lost your job and you're feeling kind of lost at the moment and scared. Like that's really normal. But also know that has made space for you to get something even more aligned with who you really are, even more abundant for your life. And so just keep an eye out for that. Like where's it going to come from? Something better is on its way. And I know that, can seem a little naive, but it's also been really proven in science that optimistic people get more. They notice the money when it's on the floor. They get more opportunities because they're more open to where they're coming from. So just remain optimistic and something great will come your way. Sometimes there's a gap.
I have something to say about the gap, but the words are not forming yet. But I will let you know. See, I recently, like 6 months ago, a major income stream for me suddenly disappeared. And it was scary. And I felt like so much like survival kicked in, right? And of course, it's an opportunity, right? Nothing ends unless it's supposed to. And my suspicion is that what your soul is asking for, like what you really, really want, probably couldn't come in if you were working that job. So I know sometimes that's a little consolation while you're like, how am I going to pay my bills? But I think it's also helpful to know you're going to be okay. Things always work out. It's going to be fun. I wanted to go back to what you said about how I noticed that you felt your energy feels that the way that it did back then, because that was the beginning of a really like cool phase of your life. And I was falling asleep the other night listening to some astrologer that I don't know. Sometimes at night I listen to YouTube. And it was a woman doing it was like in December, but I was listening in February. Like, hey, Aries, this is your 2025. And Rachel and I are both Aries. And one of the things that she said, and I don't remember all the details, but I know Jana's here and she's into that, so maybe she does. But it said, hey, Aries, whatever planets are going on with you right now, it's going to be the way it was right around, I think, like 2006 to 2008 or something. So the fact that you just said, 2007, and I was trying to remember, like, what was my life like then? But actually for me, that's when I was discovering that I'm a creator, right? That's when I was discovering like everything that sort of is my life right now. That's when I was discovering that, like, manifestation and my power. And that's when, around the time we met, a little before that maybe, but that's around the time where you were like, Carrie, your purpose is to be you. And so it's kind of cool that it's maybe coming back around full circle.
Do you mean 17 or 2007?
Oh yeah, 2000. No, you're right. 2008. You and I met later. 2008. I was already into this though. No, but she said, the astrologer said, remember 2006 to 2000.
Okay. Because we hadn't met yet. Because that's when I started my publishing company in 2008. And I was doing my blogging thing big time and writing a ton. And that was a really pivotal time for me too.
It's just cool to think about. Like, okay, that launched a chapter in my life that led to some really cool stuff.
Same. Yeah. I love it. So we're just going to get even happier, everybody. So where can people follow you, Carrie?
Well, you guys can follow me on all the social spaces, although I'll be honest, right now, I am not super duper active. So you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. On Instagram, I'm Roldan Carrie instead of Carrie Roldan, because I forgot my password. I don't know how long ago. And so that's just, that's just what happened. But also, you can get on my email list. That is somewhere where I am relatively active. If you go to carrieroldan.com/future self, you'll get my future self visualization, and then you'll be on my email list. And that is where I'm feeling inspired to communicate at the moment.
Excellent. I love it. So what else do we say? You know,
I was just going to say, we love you guys. Like, we love you.
yeah.
We believe in you. We are excited because what Rachel always says is, if it's best for me, it's best for everyone. And so this is best for us right now, which means it's best for all of you too. Even if it kind of feels like just like the losing of the job, right? It's like, how is this best for me? Like, if it feels like you're losing something, don't worry. Something even better is going to come on in and fill it.
Yep.
That even better thing might come from us, might come from somewhere, someone else, but something even better is on its way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Very cool. Well, are we complete?
Are we?
I don't know.
I feel like
we could chat about fun things, I guess. I just came back from vacation, everybody. I went to QuiltCon magazine here. It was incredible. It was so much fun to like be surrounded by art and like amazing quilts and designers and artists and creative people, and I just really loved it. Even though I'm a total introvert, and being in a convention center for 3 days was very hard for me, very draining. It was wonderful at the same time. And I was in Phoenix. I used to live in Phoenix, so I know all the really awesome food spots for me. And they have a place called Nami that has soy soft serve. And then they like mix in all kinds of things. There's like all different kinds that you can order. And I always get the fluffernutter one, which has marshmallows and peanut butter. Oh my God, it was so good. I don't need ice cream other than at that one place. And so it was just fantastic. So I had a really great time, got to hang out with my sister and meet a whole bunch of people. And I've definitely like renewed from being around art. I bought so much stuff, like hundreds of dollars worth of fabric and stuff. It was great. And yeah, I'm excited to graduate in May because I will have so much more time to sew, and that will be great.
Well, do you want to share your happy sweater moment?
Oh, I went to, so I'm getting married, and one of my desires for getting married is to like have a really fun, cool outfit. And so I tried a few things. I tried dresses from Gucci and Prada. They just didn't work out. They didn't fit. I actually went to Prada at the mall just when I was in Phoenix to try on a dress that I shipped there that I bought, but it just didn't work out. And so I was like, let me go to Gucci because I really like Gucci. And let me just see if they have anything I want to try on. And they had this short sleeve, like sparkly sweater, and I tried it on and it was like magic. It was just so fun, so easy. And I put it back, or they put it back really. And I was like, I might come back and get this. And so after I discovered that like the Prada dress like just didn't work for me, after dinner, my sister and I went back and we purchased the Gucci sweater. It was so fun. And we got the Gucci water and we talked to the Gucci person and we just had a nice little experience. And it was really great. Like, not something that I do often. But it was like a great, wonderful, fun experience. And
you allowed yourself to have it.
Yeah, I'm excited to do more.
And I think that's something that we all need to just like, shopping is such a tangible example of that. Like, when you put on a pair of jeans that like looks all right, but they're in your price range and they fit okay, and you're like, I don't know, I guess I'll just get them.
Yeah.
Compared to when you put them on and you can't stop looking at yourself and they feel so good and you're like moving and you're like, these are amazing. And if they were free, you would walk out of the store in them and like never take them off, right? But there's that moment where you look at the price and then you're like, oh, are they really worth it? Or the other ones, whatever. And I think this year and this journey for me is about just trusting those perfect fits, right? Trusting even Rachel Archelaus put it back, went somewhere else, and then came back and was like, okay, I'll get it.
Well, the only reason I did that is because I went to Gucci before Prada. I had already spent thousands of dollars on a Prada dress. So I had to go make sure that that wasn't it, before I bought the other thousands of dollars thing.
But you knew. So I guess what I'm saying is it was going to work out the same either way. You knew when you put that sweater on. You knew. You were like,
I knew I wanted it. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. And so Intimate Alien told us, she said, this year is going to be about remembering and choosing to be the creator of your life.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is about honoring those moments of truth, whether it's putting on a Gucci sweater or having an interaction or hearing yourself. For me, a lot of times it's about hearing myself say something out loud and recognizing like, oh no, that's really true. I really want that, or that is the way for me, or whatever it is. Just trusting those feelings, trusting those knowings.
Yeah. And you know what is interesting about this one scenario is like, so I've bought stuff from Gucci before, but online. So I've never been into a Gucci store ever. And one of the things that I was a little intimidated about was going in there and not buying something. Right. And so the fact that I went in there and tried something on and then was like, I might come back, which they probably hear all the time from people who never come back. And then I went back, I felt like that was really what I needed to experience. And so if I really knew in that moment, like I'm getting this no matter what, it would have been fine. I could have done that as well. But the fact that I went back was like even better for me. And so that was really cool because when I came back, they were like, oh, welcome back. Like they were so nice and friendly and everything.
And that salesperson was like, yes, she came back. Like, you got to make their day.
Yeah. And they were just so cool. Like all of them just really, really cool. So I love that. It's like, I know they're salespeople and everything, but when you share a passion or you share an interest, like you do have a common bond with someone, you know what I mean? And you could tell they really loved the brand, and I really love the brand too. And so we talked about the music from the fashion show and the DJ and like all this stuff. And so it was just really, really cool.
It makes me think of your fabric designer thing. Like, so you guys know Rachel loves designer brands. She loves Gucci. She likes Prada.
Well, I love the art of fashion. Yes. It's not like I would prefer to spend all my money on it, but it's just like, if you put two things in front of me, I'm probably going to pick the more expensive thing because there's more design in it,
But like, that's an interest that you have that I just don't, right? Like, it's like, I don't know. I think I probably appreciate quality. So like, I tend to be drawn towards nicer things because they feel good. Right? But like, I am not drawn to the art of, right? Like, yeah, I would probably, if given the choice, I'd probably buy the designer sweatsuit instead of because it fit better and felt better, but not because I'm like, oh, look at that. So anyhow, now I forgot what I was talking about, Rachel. Where were we going?
I don't know. My interest in fashion.
Well, okay. Maybe it was going all the way to the quilt fabric guy.
Meeting designers.
Just that there's room for everybody to live their weird, wonderful, wild dream.
Yes. Yes. So Juicy Juice, one of my favorite fabric designers, like for the quilt world, is having a 40th birthday party in Connecticut in June. And I was like, oh, I have to be there. Right. And when I went to the link right as it was posted, And there were only 12 spots left at that point. And I was like, I got the spots, you know what I mean, for me and my sister. And I was telling Carrie this, and she was like, everyone can be a celebrity. She didn't say it that way, but really, everyone can be a celebrity. Even a guy named Juicy Juice who designs fabric for quilting. Like, everyone can be a celebrity. And so, yes, it's so true. Like, there's room for everybody to live their dreams and do their thing and be successful in their lives. So, like, don't forget that.
And it's going to lead us all the way back to where, Rachel, you and I started our conversation today. We haven't talked about it on the live stream yet, but that's sort of our theme right now, is that everybody gets to have the life that they want.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was saying, I'm not spending a ton of time on social media right now, honestly, because there's an onslaught of like opinions, and there's just a lot coming at me right now on social media. But Rachel was like, yeah, I listened to this Abraham thing, and she reminded us that we all get to have the reality that we want. And that's really what Intimate Alien was telling us too. Like, you are the creator. You got to focus on what you want to create, because you get to have what you want and they get to have what they want.
Yeah. I mean, it's not what I would choose if I, could manifest for other people, but I can't. I can't do that. I can't manifest for anyone but me. And even in like a social justice frame, because I have been more active, I've been going to the protests, I've been going to the hearings, like, when am I actually going to be most effective at that? When I'm living my dream life and sharing from my overflow. And so that's a hard thing to do, because Intimate Alien reminded us in the beginning of the year that oftentimes humans choose relating over aligning. And hell yeah, especially right now when everyone's clamoring for community because there's terrible things happening, which I don't deny. But where can I be best service to people? From alignment, not from relating in chaos. And so that's what I'm choosing. And I'm feeling really good about it. Way better about it. Way better. So maybe you agree with that. Maybe you don't. That's okay. You get to choose for you, which is the perfect thing. But I feel so much better from this place.
Yeah. So I want to leave you guys with something that I heard today that really helped me. And like all the things, right, it wasn't new. It was just a new way of saying it that really helped me think about alignment. And so it was this idea that if you're someone who believes in the law of attraction and you do your alignment work, right, you meditate, you journal, you pre-pave, you do scripting, you write a letter from your future self, whatever, like all the things that we do. She said, the woman whose video I was watching, I wish I knew her name, I don't, but she said, just remember that you are not doing this to bring something to you. You're doing this because it's already in you. And it's your process for projecting it out onto the movie screen that is your life. And that hit me in such a good way today. It was like such a reminder. It was basically how to get into the feeling of already having it. And so if that helps you, good. If it doesn't, throw it away. But that's what I'll leave you guys with today.
I love it. Well, my friends, we'll be around, so go find us and say hello. Instagram, I'm at Rachel Archelaus. So find me there. Find me on Substack. Go follow me on Substack, because we have such a great community over there, and I love being there. And I will continue to post my podcast on this channel as well. So subscribe here if you'd like. We love you. We've had such a great time with you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being you. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. And we'll see you somewhere. Lots of love, everybody. Bye.